The Dodgers have indeed let it go. Craig Kimbrel, no longer the closer. The Chargers still will not commit whether Justin Herbert is going to start Sunday or not. And there is a damn good additional reason why the Lakers haven't traded Russell Westbrook. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is faithful Angelenos. September 24th, 2023. I am very much aware of what Albert Pujols did at Dodger Stadium last night. We're going to get to that in a moment. But first, I want to send a thank you to you guys because last night we hit 300 subscribers. In these YouTube books, they say, hey, pal, you're lucky if you're going to get 40 in your first year. We haven't even been doing this for 8 months. We're at 300. I'm very thankful for every last one of you. And if you like the content we put out about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And yes, comment. I'm on the road. I'm in a slum. Help. So before we get to the news and notes from around LA, we take a quick look at the scoreboard. Look, last night the Dodgers did not have a good night. It was probably their biggest booty whooping all year. Albert Pujols, the former Dodger, comes into the yard needing 2 homers to get to 700. And man, he got the hell out of that. He's at 700. St. Louis 11, Dodgers 0. Meanwhile, today the Cardinals will play the Dodgers again at 6. That's Clayton Kershaw 9-3, Jordan Montgomery 5-2. UCLA will be playing at Colorado at 11 a.m. There's a preview of that game. Look on the UCLA playlist. You'll find it. And USC is going to face Oregon State at 6:30. There's a preview of that match on the USC playlist. Also, the Galaxy will be at San Jose at 7 tonight. The Quakes have the second fewest points in MLS. Now, the Galaxy, however, lost to San Jose earlier this year. And considering the Galaxy hold the last playoff berth in MLS right now, tough times to figure out what's going on. So, the thing with Albert Pujols is he was beloved, not just in the Cardinals dugout, but in the Dodgers dugout as well. Before the series had started, they had gone to some of the players on the Dodgers. Max Muncy said he was openly rooting for Pujols to reach 700. Dave Roberts, if you look, there's a little clip of him in the dugout. Pujols hits one, and there's this brief moment where Roberts is like, yeah, and then he realizes it's the opposing team. So it's kind of hilarious. It really is. But Pujols did leave a positive impression with virtually everybody he's come across in the game. And he doesn't forget where he's played. He said, quote, to be able to do it here at Dodger Stadium, where my joy for the game came back, was pretty special. He said it while he had relatives there wearing both Cardinals jerseys and Dodgers jerseys. By the way, side note, I want to thank the Angels for having him lose his joy of the game. Slow clap, guys. Well done. Well done, Angels. Other notes from the Dodgers, starting pitcher Tony Gonsolin will begin his rehab assignment with Oklahoma City on Tuesday. But most importantly, Dave Roberts will not commit to a specific 9th inning reliever. Translation, it's not Craig Kimbrel. Not anymore. Roberts will use multiple relievers in the role. And when you look at how Craig Kimbrel, who was once an elite closer, performed this year, it's not hard to see what the deal was. He's blown 5 saves. He has a 4.14 ERA. And none of that is good. But here's what makes it even worse. 23 walks in 54 1/3 innings. 5 more reaching base hit by pitch. In other words, he was allowing person after person to get on base without even having to swing a bat. And then 7 wild pitches, which means you get on base free, and then you can just circle the bases on wild pitches. Basically, you can't find the plate. So you're wondering who's in line to replace him? Well, I have a couple of ideas. One is Evan Phillips. I've been hyping him since the start of the year. He's been their most devastating reliever. Bruce Dargradorall who's back from the injured list, should have a shot at it if you think about it. He's just got that big time arm that the Dodgers love in their closers. And maybe Blake Trinan gets healthy. Last year, he was their best reliever hands down. Now he's still dealing with an injury issue, but if he does come back, there is that. The Chargers rested quarterback Justin Herbert on Friday, and he's still listed as questionable to play against the Jaguars on Sunday. By the way, we will have a preview of the Chargers-Jaguars game later today on this channel. Look at the Chargers playlist. Herbert said he felt good while he was throwing on Thursday, but he too added that he just doesn't know if he's going to play. To which I say, you damn well know if you're going to play. And I'm here to tell you, it's really likely, in my arrogant little opinion, that he's going to play. There's 2 or 3 reasons I can think of off the top of my head that lead me to believe that he's going to play. And I'm not saying that fractured rib cartilage doesn't hurt. Oh, I can see it definitely hurting. I mean, it's the rib cartilage that goes from the rib to your sternum. Try breathing with a busted rib cartilage. But Austin Eckler said he had a similar rib cartilage injury. He didn't miss a game. In addition to that, they keep telling us how tough Justin Herbert is. Okay, so if he's tough, he's probably going to want to get out there. Number 3, if the Chargers lose this game, they fall to 1-2. They could fall as many as 2 games behind the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you really want to play catch up against that team to try and get a playoff spot? So no, I'm skeptical that Herbert's going to sit. Other injury news for the Chargers, center Corey Linsley is also doubtful. And a question, if you're a Chargers fan, do you think cornerback J.C. Jackson rushed coming back? He had ankle surgery. He was supposed to miss 2 games. He definitely was out for the first against the Raiders, but he played against the Chiefs. And now he's doubtful to play Sunday against the Jags. So why would that be the case? Is it possible? Either one of 2 things is possible. 1, he aggravated it while he was out in Kansas City. Or 2, when he was in Kansas City, he got burned for 5 receptions. 5. Is it possible the coaching staff is saying, no, he didn't re-injure it, but he just can't run yet? He needs more time to recover. I could see it going either way. Feel free to leave me a comment on this clip. You tell me what you think about the Chargers injury situation. Bloggers have been hyping Russell Westbrook trades for months now. April, May, June, July, half a year at least. And not one of them have come to fruition. We've been hearing things about, the Lakers are never going to get this guy, so they said no to Russell Westbrook. The Lakers would have to include first-round draft picks. There's another legit reason why Russell Westbrook trade is highly unlikely to happen. The repeater tax, they call it. Okay, so let's say you go over the salary cap in the NBA. You pay a tax. For the first 3 years, if you still continue to go over the salary cap, you pay that tax. The 4th year, you pay the tax, but then you pay an additional 20% on top of that tax. So, what does that mean? This year is year 3. Say the Lakers trade Russell Westbrook to a team and get talent back for the same amount of money. Russell Westbrook is on an expiring contract. If Russell Westbrook leaves, tax is gone, or at least the repeater tax. You get talent on a longer term deal than the Russell Westbrook contract, and you go over the tax, everything gets more. Everything costs more. So in other words, to trade Russell Westbrook away just because we don't like him means that you would give up 2 first-round draft picks and pay an additional 20% on top of the NBA salary tax. The current amount that the Lakers would pay is $202 million if they trade Russell Westbrook. and they get equal talent back and equal salary back, but it lasts longer than this year, that $202 million goes up to $222 million. Do you think the Lakers would want to trade Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round draft picks and pay an additional $20 million in salary tax? Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. The Rams will be playing in Arizona tomorrow, and we'll have a little clip to describe that game as well. Look on the Rams playlist. But here's something important. They're going to be down 3 defensive backs Sunday in Arizona. Troy Hill was already out. He had a groin injury. But during the Atlanta game, 2 more cornerbacks got injured. Rookie Kobe Durant, who had a pick and a sack, he pulled a hamstring against Atlanta. And David Long also injured his groin. This matters because Arizona doesn't like to run. They just put the ball in Kyler Murray's hands and have him throw it all day. You're going to need defensive backs out there. Philip Deneau of the Kings did not skate in the second day of training camp. He's a little dinged up, but it's not considered serious. Coach Todd McClellan said the battle for the #1 goalie spot begins anew. Just because Jonathan Quick got him into the playoffs, he's 37. I think they want to give Cal Peterson another look. And by the way, Drew Doughty said his wrist is, quote, basically 100%, unquote. He had surgery on it in March. Finally, awkward news to report. Jalen Hill, former UCLA basketball player, he quit the team last year, said he was having anxiety and depression. He was found dead in Costa Rica. The cause of death is still not determined, and there's a reason for it. He was missing for more than a month. His body was found in a hiking trail in the Costa Rica mountains. Awkward way to go, wouldn't you say? The family had asked for thoughts and prayers. I think they kind of deserve it. I think that would be a good idea. But aside from thoughts and prayers, feel free to put your thoughts in the comments thread. I want to hear from you guys. We'll be back later today with previews of both the Rams and the Chargers game. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We do talk LA sports here. I'm James. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.